Marko here from Fair Realty, Victoria, BC. Today I'm going to talk about why mere postings have become a more difficult avenue for sellers looking to sell their home. First of all, what is a mere posting? Essentially, a mere posting is a for sale by owner on MLS. You can hire a licensed real estate agent to place your home on MLS for a fee, but then that agent does not provide services typically offered by a real estate agent. For example, he or she does not assist you in booking showings, negotiations, etc. I've been offering mere postings for the last 15 years, and it's definitely become a lot more difficult for sellers to navigate the process of selling their home using a mere posting. When I used to mere post a home 15 years ago, a seller would just phone me, email me, and say, "Hey Marko, here's a contract, we sold our home," and it wasn't that often that mere posting sellers phoned me asking questions. Last couple of years, I've been doing mere postings, and I'm actually thinking about canceling my mere posting service. Mere posting sellers are constantly phoning me asking for advice, questions. The majority of the time I cannot answer those questions because I don't have agency relationship with that seller. I've simply put the home on the MLS system for them for a fee. They did not hire me for all the other services. The problem is selling a home has become a lot more complicated. I'm going to go through a few things. For example, there's been a million new government regulations over the last 15 years. I'll touch maybe on a couple of them. First of all, owner-builder home legislation. So if you're selling as a private seller and you owner-built your home, you have to get a declaration from BC Housing, and you have to provide this declaration to a buyer prior to that buyer writing an offer. If you don't, you could be facing some huge fines in the tens of thousands of dollars from BC Housing. And the private seller might not know this. More recently, a couple of years ago, the BC government introduced the rescission period. The rescission period allows a buyer 3 business days to back out of a contract if they make an unconditional offer. This has to be put into the offer when the rescission period starts in terms of the accepted offer, when it expires, factoring in weekends, stat holidays, because it's 3 business days. Ton of other regulations that someone looking to sell their own home is not familiar with. And unfortunately, a lot of these regulations pertaining to selling a property, the government has applied to private sales as well. So they didn't exclude private sellers from this. So there's actually quite a bit of new legislation to know if you're selling a home. Secondly, a lot of other things have become a lot more complicated, such as insurance. These days, there's a lot of insurance pertaining to oil tanks, poly-B plumbing, aluminum wiring, roof age, etc. So often, in navigating selling a house, a lot of these issues come up. The seller doesn't know how to handle it. They're not aware of some of these regulations, and they're calling me for advice I can't give them because they only hired me to put the home on the market. So I think pretty soon I'm probably going to be canceling the mere posting service. It's just become a ton of work for me, especially in the last few years. What I'm offering is no longer a mere posting. People want to mere post their house, so they want to do it for sale by owner, but they still want all the guidance and support of a licensed real estate agent, and that's simply not what a mere posting is. I would have thought AI would have maybe helped with some of these issues, but a lot of these things that come up in these transactions, they're very, very difficult to research online and come to a conclusion pertaining to some of these things. So that's my thought for today. It's becoming more and more difficult to use a mere posting as an avenue of selling your home, despite there having been a ton of talk over the last 10, 15, 20 years about how real estate agents are going to be extinct and the internet and AI is going to take them over. I'm actually finding quite the opposite out in real life. I'm finding people actually need more support from a real estate agent than less support. That's it for this week. Marko, Juras, Fair Realty.